Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian. Today we are taking a look at a sample that I have of a bottle that I will picture above. But it's one that as soon as I tried, I knew I wanted to go ahead and pour it and talk about it here on the channel. Today we are taking a look at the rare character Amburana finished rye that they did for Justin's House of Bourbon here in Louisville, Kentucky. While we let this sit open, let's talk quickly about it. 113.64 proof. This comes in at just under 6 years old, 5 years and 7 months. And it's the first of several that I've seen release of these finished products also from Rare Character. You may have seen the video I've done previously, talked about a couple of Rare Character bottles. This is a brand from Pablo Moy that we've seen come out. Fortuna, kind of revitalized brand as well, kind of sits under the parent company of Rare Character, but it's these finished products that I feel like I'm gonna be real excited about. And specifically, if you watched my video from last year of the maybe easy to find bottles of 2021, you remember I talked about the Starlight Amburana finished barrel. And spoiler alert, this bottle is gonna sit similarly placed for me in regards to 22 releases. Let's go ahead and just dive into this product. The nose, it has all that perfumed, sweet, decadent, cakey sweetness, that cinnamon roll, baked good characteristic, layered and nuanced. And I love that it sits on the rye here. We should be using a Kentucky rye. In the Kentucky rye, if I know this from other products that I've had from Rare Character, the base kind of has this lime candy, this kind of zippy, zesty citrus note in there, the sugary citrus note. And I feel like that layers quite perfectly right below this pillowy, sweet, confectiony, but baked cinnamon nose. Let's go ahead and dive in on the palate. Now this is where I want to talk about some differences between the Starlight. The Starlight, I feel like you could still tell that it had the Starlight rye profile, or it had the Starlight bourbon kind of graham crackery sort of finish in there. This right here, to me, is just so fragrant, so aromatic with those cinnamon roll characteristics. It's like a fresh Cinnabon. Now, I feel like there will be several people who will probably say, this is a one-trick pony. It doesn't do a whole lot. I will say, I'm obsessed with the Amburana artifacts or the flavors that it lingers with, because I find it a very aromatic wood. I find it a very fragrant, nuanced wood, and so it has layers that I just continue to love to sit on, even though the main flavors do have that sweet, sugary cinnamon characteristic. Again, going to the rye underneath here. Underneath you have subtle layers of oak, subtle layers of baking spice that amplify with that cinnamon and sweet vanilla note. The citrus seems to be right at home here. You might think that those flavors kind of play opposite one another, but they seem to marry really well, especially in this balance. I feel like you might otherwise, besides the finishing, notice some stone fruit or some melon-like notes, but here, the juicy flavors the rye should have just add depth to the pour. So you have all the layers of that kind of cinnamon pastry on top, and then it keeps pulling down some layers of all these other flavors that just kind of, the juiciness mingles with the cinnamon. The brown sugar or the baking spice mingles with the cinnamon, and it just makes for a really deep, resonant pour, but one that's just so easy to sit on it and sip on, especially with the changing of the seasons. You give me something that has this kind of baking spice, this kind of cinnamon forwardness, and this is a really nice pour for sitting by the fire, for if you have something else to eat, maybe even a cigar. And on that note too, more on the nose as it comes out, but definitely on the palate, these cigar box characteristics, these tobacco dry characteristics that just sitting here, a little bit of cocoa nib kind of finishing the sip the more you sit on it. Chewy, dense, spicy, integrated with this fragrant, complex potpourri mix from that Amburana. Really enjoyable barrel. As other stores release these, I highly suggest you check them out. Hopefully you'll find some that run into similar flavor pockets as the one I'm experiencing. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I know that we're in September now, so we're getting close to the wrap up time of the year anyway, but as I've been going back through pours that I've been really enjoying this year, I was a little surprised at how short of a list that kind of was, but I know that here towards the end of the year, we're gonna have some surprise ones jump on the list. And this one from Rare Character is no exception to that. You all let me know down below if you've tried any Rare Characters, bottles, or expressions. Let me know if you've tried the Amburana finish down below, and let me know what your all's thoughts have been on it. Let me know if you've tried any other Amburana finished products, maybe things that I should have on my radar to check out in future videos here on the channel. And with that, let me know if there's other videos you want to hear me talk about on upcoming videos here on the channel. I want to know that I'm continuing to bring content that you're interested in hearing about. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to this video, and until next time, we'll see you all later.